baby, listen to the speaker. No matter what, just say the word. Loving all I see.
Perswayable. What's going on, everybody? So today I want to talk about a very, very controversial subject, and I want to give you my opinion on this controversial subject, and that is, what requires more skill? Is it being a hunter or is it being a survivor? And it's one of the things that I see debated about all the time, and I realize that since I was a top 10 survivor, I was ranked first overall for EXP, which means that you have to play thousands of matches with both hunter and survivor. I figured I would give you my input. I was also a top 50 hunter in season 1. This season, I haven't been playing because I became a registered occupational therapy practitioner. Yeah, baby. So that means that I don't have that much time right now. However, I am trying to rank up before the season ends. I was able to get, I'm right now ranked around 75th overall for hunter. Haven't been playing survivor too much. So, here's the question. Again, what requires more skill? Hunter or survivor? So, to explain this, it really comes down to two different tiers, right? The answer is different based on low tier versus high tier. When it's low tier, it absolutely requires more skill to be a survivor. And the reason being so is that you have to at least get the foundational knowledge of how do I tight kite, how do I pallet loop, where's the map, where can I find things. So it's really important for survivors to get that down, and until you get that down, you're relatively easy for a hunter to kill. Or rather, yeah, I said that right. Yeah, I got it right the first time. We'll go about chicken nuggets. However, when you get to the high tiers is where it completely changed. It's a disaster. So, because survivors are so good, they're a lot better at pallet looping, they're better at tight kiting, they're better at juking, they're better at dodging, they're better at hiding in certain circumstances. They know where the good ciphers are and the bad ciphers are. That is when the hunters need to require and utilize more creativity. Every top hunter that I know of, including myself, will tell you that it's extremely difficult to win in some of these matches against some of these high caliber, high tier, well coordinated teams. As of now, I remember in season 1, at one point there were 20 rank 6 survivors, and there was only one ranked tier 6 hunter, and the reason being so is that it's incredibly difficult to win. As an example, as a hunter, you can down somebody in the first 45 seconds of the match and still easily lose because people know how to coordinate with the coordinator. They understand that they need to make sure they give you a little bit of time. Right about at that halfway, they rescue you. All right, now they have tide turner, so then the person has another 20 seconds. Meanwhile, everybody else is decoded. I can't tell you how many times in every single game in the top tier, you can down somebody in the first 40 seconds, and the next thing you know, I'd say the first 50 seconds or so. Next thing you know, boom, they're down to 3 ciphers. And it's really, really annoying and difficult because a lot of people really know how to get these machines down very quick. So, as an example, when somebody tells me that they're a top 20 survivor versus when somebody tells me that they're a top 20 hunter, what I will tell you is that I have much more awe for those who are top hunters because it requires a ridiculous amount of creativity and skill. You need to be consistent with killing people as soon as possible. And that's why I genuinely believe that more people who are top hunters deserve that credibility. And to a degree, we saw this with the US mini tournament. We saw this where really the highlight of that tournament was Dead versus Blue Race Car. Both top 15, Dead's number 1, Blue Race Car has a 77% win rate and uses Ripper right now. Those are the individuals that stole the spotlight of the match, of the game, and the reason being so is because we all understand that hunters at these top tiers require so much skill. That's why we see some top hunters having win rates of only 30 to 40%. And there are a lot of high-tier caliber characters and players, rather, who feel like this needs to be addressed. However, that's for a different video. But to answer the question, which requires more skill? Well, low tier requires more skill to be a survivor so you can actually get the foundation down. It's very brutal. We all understand that a lot of people get mad at the hunters camping, etc. By the way, guys, the whole camping equals report, that's nonsense. No high tier complains about camping. It doesn't happen because high tiers understand that these hunters are significantly disadvantaged to a well-calibrated, well-organized team. So nobody, never once in the past probably 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, have I ever seen a top 10, top 20 player complain about another top hunter camping. It doesn't happen because we acknowledge that hunters are significantly disadvantaged in the higher tiers. And I do think that there are certain ways that we can address it, things that we could propose. Maybe limit it to only one character per team, which we saw in the tournament. However, that's for a different video. To answer the question, I have so much more respect for top hunters. I think it's easier to be a top survivor. I think that anybody can become a top survivor with time and whether their schedule aligns with ranks. There's plenty of players who are really good survivors, but they don't have time to rank up because they're working or they're in school. So rank is not always indicative of skill. However, for hunter, it absolutely is. You can be a decent hunter and never climb up with time because it's so difficult to get those points unless you're playing all the time. Whereas the individuals who really excel as hunter, those are the ones who are pretty much winning every single match, or they're tying at minimum, which is very difficult against these very well coordinated teams. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope that I was at least able to give you guys some insight. By all means, tell me your opinions, and remember, the whole idea that camping equals report is nonsense. And right now, by the way, trying to rank up as hunter is brutal. I threw such a temper tantrum last night because survivors are getting better. I think I need to go through my YouTube and just delete all my videos so people stop learning how to be so good at this game. Alright guys, I hope to see you soon. I'll be launching a Facebook soon. I hope to see you on my Discord. Please, by all means, give me your insights. I always enjoy the conversation. I'll be on Discord this evening, hopefully streaming as well. Take care, guys.